Hello everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. We did a demonstration video where we showed using 3 big rings to show how our auric field is fluctuating. It can be expanded when we bring more of our higher aspects of ourself through. And a lot of people love that video, so we're going to do another demonstration video today. This is going to be about a little bit more towards the broadcasting system, which is a system I created, which is using the sun ring, a crystalline sun ring, and it's a comprehensive system that gives you an idea of what you need and what you need to create. Because what I see about the sun ring tool, the crystalline sun ring tool, but also can be associated with the tensor technology as well, is that these are tools that we can use to create, because really we're creators. We're not just participants here in this reality, we're creators of our reality. And I'm going to demonstrate how creative we can be with it. Now what we're going to use here is we're going to use a rose quartz crystal, and this is just a very small rose quartz crystal. Obviously, as that crystal becomes bigger, the auric field, or the field of that energy that this crystal gives off, is going to get bigger depending on its size. But we're just going to use this one in this example, a little small one. And what we're going to do is we're also going to test this with just an intention note of that same crystal. So we've got an intention note here with written rose quartz on there to show our creating ability. And what I've come to find is this system that we use here of the broadcasting system is all about using intention notes. Hey, if you've got the physical thing, if you've got the crystal or the supplement or anything like that, you can use those. But let's say you didn't have them in your cupboard, or didn't have them in your home or your treatment room. Well, be the creator. Write it on a piece of paper. And I'm going to show you that, and we're going to use dowsing rods to test the auric field, the difference between just the intention note of the rose quartz as well as the actual physical rose quartz itself as well. Then, with both those, we're going to use the sun ring, and that sun ring is a broadcaster, the tool that we use as part of this broadcasting system, which will broadcast the effect of the rose quartz. So it should expand its reach, its auric field, its ability to heal. So what we have here is this is part of the broadcasting system, and we have a page on the broadcasting system which is all to do with crystals. So it's a dowsing chart, but you don't necessarily have to be a dowser. Like with a pendulum, you can dowse with dowsing rods, or you can just use muscle kinesiology, which they call muscle testing, to find out what particular crystal you need for a particular occasion. Let's say you just wanted a crystal for personal reasons, you are wanting to relax in your home at night, and you wanted a crystal that will best serve you for that purpose. You can dowse and find out what crystal you need. If you have the physical crystal, great, you can use that and place that in the sun ring. But if you don't have the physical crystal, next best thing, in some way I think it's even better, writing the intention note and then putting the sun ring, and it will create the same effect. And we have, a little bit of a key here that gives a very brief understanding of what the crystals do. We also have a page here which is all about programming crystals as well, because crystals, I believe the power of the crystal is that the programming of a crystal is its most potent potential capability of a crystal, because a crystal has symmetry to it, has structure to it, and anything that's structured will hold information. So therefore you can program your crystal and it will hold that intention and to broadcast that out. And when you then couple that up using the sun ring to broadcast that reach even further, then you've really got some power. It's incredible. Same thing with our body, anything. We just want to structure it. And when it structures, then it can hold on to more information. Now, the word information comes about from structure, right? Information, geometry. Okay, so let's do the testing now. So what we're going to do first is we are going to, now the broadcasting system is, if you're interested in getting that system, it's on my products page at trulyholistic.net. So trulyholistic.net. And you get the chart system, You get instruction guide booklet. You also get private videos if you're somebody that learns from visually seeing it done instead of just reading the instruction manual. And you also get obviously a sun ring, 4-inch sun ring tool with it as well. Okay, so here we got the rose quartz. So what we're going to do here, so I'm just going to place that rose quartz there. And again, that rose quartz has not been in the sun ring. It's just as it is. Now, one thing we must say about, okay, we can say it's natural. It's a natural crystal. But it's been touched by man or woman, humanity. So our energy is going to affect the energy, how it's been processed, how it's been mined, and so on. Okay, and that's why sometimes I feel the intention note can be more purer, because it's just the pure vibration and frequency of the rose quartz without it kind of being affected by humanity, let's say. So what we're going to do, I'm going to place this down, and now I'm going to test the field of it. Okay, so using dowsing rods. So am I within the field of the rose quartz? So immediately it says yes, the dowsing rods are going out, which means yes. When the dowsing rods come back in, that means no. So am I still within the rose quartz crystal field, please? It's auric field. Okay, so that's about 3 foot away, I'd say, 3 or 4 foot away. And again, that's just a small rose quartz crystal, so it's not going to have a huge field to it. Obviously, if that rose quartz crystal was a bigger rose quartz, it would have a bigger field. Okay, so roughly about 3 or 4 feet away. So what we're going to do now is we've done the rose quartz. Now we're going to test the same thing with the intention note that we've written down, rose quartz. So am I within the field of the intention note of rose quartz, please? So it's saying yes. Am I within the intention note of the rose quartz? So I'm about as far as away I was with the crystal itself, and we're still within its field. So its field's a bit bigger. So am I still within the field of the rose quartz? So we're roughly at about, I would say, about 7 or 8 feet. Okay, of that field, of that intention, again, of the rose quartz. Okay, so that the field from the intention note of the rose quartz is bigger than the physical rose quartz itself. Okay, my understanding is because of the reasons I just mentioned before. We are using the pure aspects of rose quartz that has not been manipulated or handled or been affected by a number of things that this crystal has been when it's mined and it's processed. Okay, and that's the thing I always teach my clients to be very careful with where you place your attention and how you use your intention, because when we use our intention, especially verbal intention, so it's to communicate, that is casting a spell. And there's a lot of woo-woo, and people go, oh, casting spells, it's a witch with a pointy nose with a wart on its nose and a hat. Well, that's just human conditioning. Okay, that's not true. Okay, when we were kids, when we learned to put a letter after another letter to create a word, what are we learning to do? We're learning to spell. Okay, spelling. And when the whole purpose of casting is casting intent, to say it. So when we're talking and saying words, which we all are every day, we are essentially casting spells. Okay, we want to choose the right words and be kind to ourselves and others. We need to use it in the right manner. We need to have that awareness of that, and that will help affect a number of things around you. So now we're going to use the tool that we use within the broadcasting system, which is called a sun ring. Okay, and this is a crystally incorporated tool, and this is a wonderful tool because I believe that this is a creation tool. You can create whatever you like. We're at a time now when the ascension is to be more aware of our potential as a creator, not just a participant. So this is a wonderful device, and with the broadcasting system, now we've got a system that enables to use this to an infinite level, and that's why I love about the system. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that rose quartz crystal, we're going to place it within the sun ring, and we're going to test its auric field again, okay? So here we go. So now I've placed the rose quartz within that sun ring. I'll just give it a few seconds to do its thing, okay? Because what we do know about the auric field, and what we did in the last video, was that when that auric field expands, that means more of our higher aspects of our energy, our consciousness, is now being expressed here. So that's what's happening exactly for everything we place in the sun ring or the tensor ring. So exactly the same, whether it's water, whether it's food, whether it's a crystal, it all applies to the same principle. So here we go. So are we within the field of the rose quartz crystal, please? Okay. Are we still within the field of the rose quartz? So that's about where we were without the sun ring. Okay, so we'll keep going. Are we within the field of the rose quartz crystal? Are we within the field of the rose quartz crystal, please? The auric field of it. Are we within the field of the rose quartz crystal, please? Are we still within the field? Okay, so that's roughly, I would say, about 20 feet, 22 feet, roughly about that. So you can tell that originally, without using the sun ring, for that very small piece of rose quartz, there was about 3 or 4 feet the auric field. Now it's gone to 20 to 22 feet. And a lot of people will spend a lot of money for a massive piece of rose quartz to get that effect, when really you can get that effect from a very small piece of rose quartz, but using a broadcasting device like the sun ring. So what we're going to do now is we're going to replace that from the sun ring, and we're going to place the intention note that I wrote down, which has the words rose quartz on it. So here we go. Now, are we within the field of the intention note of the rose quartz, please? Are we within the field of the intention note of the rose quartz crystal, please? Are we within the intention note of the rose quartz crystal, please? Are we within the intention note within the rose quartz crystal? So that's roughly about where we were with just the pure rose quartz crystal. Are we still within the intention note of the rose quartz crystal, please? Yes or no? Are we still within the field of the rose quartz crystal? Okay, we're still within it. Are we still within the field of the intention note of the rose quartz crystal, please? Yes or no? Just go here. Okay, so that's probably over 30 feet away. So far we've shown through the broadcasting system, without the physical rose quartz, that writing it on a piece of paper has done the same effect, but even increase the effect of what a rose quartz crystal can do. Now this is our creation ability, okay? And this is the one thing, when I have clients that come to me about healing, it's the one thing that is missed the most often, is our effect on our life and creating our life, okay? It's not about pointing the finger at other things that are causing you to have issues in your life. We need to point the finger back at ourselves. And obviously a big part of that is learning more about your own true identity and this reality, okay? And our role in this reality and our purpose here. And that's what I offer my clients within session work through ascendance healing, but also coaching as well, giving them the information, the wisdom that's going to connect them to their higher aspects of myself. Because I'm not sending my energy to that client. It's all about just reconnecting the client to their higher aspects of themselves, just like we're doing here with the rose quartz by using the sun ring. We're connecting, we're activating things within that rose quartz to connect to a higher level of itself, which will then express itself through an expanded auric field, which is greater reach within this reality. So I hope you really enjoyed this demonstration video and what the broadcasting system can bring forth. And there's a number of charts within the broadcasting system, not only crystals, but minerals, superfoods, medicinal herbs, digestive enzymes, vitamins, supplements, even using the sun ring to cleanse certain organs of the body, knowing which organ needs to be cleansed, and then knowing the substance that's going to cleanse it in the right way, doing it with ease and grace. Okay? Until next time, bye.